Good morning, YouTube. What a beautiful autumn morning this is. Look at the colours as we go around here. Beautiful. Anyway, this video is a little bit different in so much as it's a promotional video. I've been asked to review this little gadget here from a company called Carpuride, who were kind enough to send me this one free of charge in order for me to do a review, which I'm happy to do. But I'm going to cut now to an unboxing and fitting to the handlebar section, and then I'll come back with my own views on the product. Well, this is how the package arrived, quite well wrapped. And there you are, after just slicing the package open, there's the product inside. And there she is, it's the Carpuride 702 Pro plus TPMS. It's a 7-inch touchscreen CarPlay system. Okay, we'll open it up, and there we are, well packed inside. Okay, well, here's what came out of the box. Right in the center is the screen. That's fairly obvious. To the left of that, the wiring there is for hard wiring. I would recommend going through an ignition fed live, so that every time you turn the ignition off, it goes off. To the right of the screen is the handlebar clamp, which is what I'm going to use, along with the wire by the side of that, which is the USB connector. Using that clamp, you can take the item off the bars and put it on another bike if you want to. Just in front of the screen are your tire pressure monitors, which come with their own spanner. That's for those little brass nuts if you choose to use those. And right in the foreground, you've got another method of fixing it. You can see running down the center of the groove is a sleeve, so it fit different size bars, but I would say something like an adventure bike with a bar across the screen, it would fit on that, and that would be a more permanent fixture. So the screws to the left of that would accommodate that. So basically you've got the screen, the two sets of wiring, a couple of clamps, and the tire pressure monitors. So now we'll go and fit it to the bike and see where we go. Okay, well, I've decided I'm going to fit it right here using this clamp, the ram mount clamp. So quite simply, this bracket, I've taken the bolts off. This bracket is going to go under there, and the curved bit there goes towards the handlebar, and on it goes. You can see by these marks, I have done a dry run of this to make sure it works. It comes with these spacers, but as you can see, they're the handlebars are too wide for me to use those, so I'm not going to use those. With narrower handlebars, they'd be great. So pop on a washer, pop on a nut, same again down the bottom, and the nut goes on. Now I'm going to use a speedy gun on this, just to, as they're long bolts. There's one on. I'm doing this because the little ball bearing has come out of there, and if I put this socket on, it'll drop, so I'm not going to buy a new one while this still works. So there you go. They're on now. As you can see, I've covered the tank, always a good idea, just in case, especially with this thing. Look, it just slides on and off without any trouble. So that is on now. Time to fit the Carpuride. On the back, you can see the ball that'll go in there. I've unwired it because I'm going to use the USB on this, which is just under there. So I'm not going to hardwire it in for this exercise. So that pops in there. Quite simply, it just goes in there, and this turns and tightens it up. So we'll get it roughly in position. Put those tidy. There you go. I'm going to tighten that up and it's on. Next thing, wire it up. Right, I've been back to the box and got out the USB powering cable. This yellow to yellow, you can see is a little indent there, and in there is the male version of that. They just connect as so, push in and do this up. Quite simple, that's it. It is now connected to the wire. I'm going to quickly put it in my USB socket, which is under here. I'll tidy the wires up later. It's neatly out of the way, this USB, but for the one of me I can't see. Right, didn't take as long as I thought, but it's in now, and that's wired up. Right, I'm now going to turn the ignition on. In fact, I've got to start the bike up to get this power. And there you go, it's on. Now that didn't take long, did it? I guess, including even with filming it, it's probably only taken me about 10 minutes. Well, that's the fitting. I'll go through it on the ride. Okay, one thing left to do, and that is to replace the valve cap with the valve cap monitor that comes with the kit. Take the old one off and screw the new one on. It's as simple as that. It's nice and tight. There is the spanner came with it to tighten it on that bit there, but I'm just going to do it hand tight at the moment just for the film. So that's it. That's it fitted. Do the same on the back and you've got a pair. The last thing we're going to look at before we get back on the bike is this CarPlay manual that came with it. It was in the box. It's all in English. There's about 20 pages almost of it, and it covers everything you want to know. I'm in the first page. We'll open it up. There you are. A content list. How to fix it to your handlebars using either the bracket I'm going to use or the other one, the alternative bracket, and then page after page, how to wire, etc, etc. You name it, it's in there. I must admit, I don't think I've ever bought an item with such a comprehensive manual. It's yeah, it covers the lot right the way through. There we are, page 14. Well, it's over 20 pages, 22 pages. How to use the TF card. Now, I believe this gadget has got the facility to actually play movies if you put them in. I must admit that's beyond me, but for anyone who's interested, there's that as well. Right, I think we're just about ready to get back on the bike. Okay, the next step is you have to pair your phone with the 702, and so follow the simple instructions as they appear, and you shouldn't have any issues to do that. There we go. Connect to CarPlay, yes. Oh, there it is. Job done. Now. Well, it's a few days later, and I'm making the most of this fine autumn day. I decided to have a little ride and give the Carpuride its first day out. When I switched on the bike, this is the screen that appeared. You know, I paired it to my phone a day or two back when we were fitting it, and this is my phone basically on the screen. My main use for this would be either the maps, the music that I keep on my phone, or the little radio here. That's the BBC Sounds app, which will give me the radio. So they're the three things I would normally use. I don't think I'd want to be answering the telephone. I'll just pull over here and I can go through it a bit easier if we're not running. Right, as I say, this is the screen from my phone. BBC Sounds, music, that's Google Maps, but I have a little symbol here which says I have TomTom Maps as well. Now I tend to use TomTom because I'm used to it, so if I touch that, boom, TomTom Maps comes up straight away. And if I set a route, it would obviously take me where I want to go, and I would hear the lady in my earpiece. Also, touch the music symbol and my music comes up, switch it on, and there you are. Rick Nelson's now singing in my ear. I'll turn that off. This little button at the bottom here gives you the home button, and that's back to the home. There's the BBC Sounds, which if I wanted radio I'd put that on, and they're the three things I would use them for. Some people would answer the phone, in which case you'd use that button, and that's not for me. I don't want to be talking on the phone when I'm writing, but I don't mind a bit of music sometimes. Definitely don't mind the maps if I need them. I don't really want to look at my calendar when I'm writing, but it's all there. If you wanted it, it's there, and the screen, as I say, is crystal clear. So I'll pop my maps on and we'll carry on writing and talking. Pussycat, go left, that's it. As you know, I've fitted it to this handlebar clamp that comes with it, and that's mainly for me. I want to be able to take it on and off, and that'll come on and off quickly, and it'll unplug from my USB system, which is just under the handlebar. But if you wanted it permanently fixed, for example on an adventure bike or something which has the facility here with a bar across the windscreen, then the other clamp with the bolts would do that, and then it would be a pretty serious firmly fixed item. And then you could hardwire that. If you're not sure how to hardwire it, I'd get someone to help you doing that, because obviously you don't want to do anything wrong hardwiring it. But for me, in the USB slot, perfect. And I mean, next ride I may not want it. I may be going somewhere I know where I'm going and I don't want the maps and so on, so I'd have it in my pannier, and then if I get lost I know where it is. So my impression of this is that it's excellent. I can't really fault it. I mean, the screen is the real eye-opener. I can see everything, and I'm an old man. My eyes are not bad, but on some screens that I've had I struggle with the small stuff, but with this, no, I could see everything quite clearly. So yeah, I'd recommend it. And if you're thinking that you might like to buy one, down in the description below I've put a link to Carpuride, which if you click on that and use the code that will be next to it, my code, the OPR code, then you get a bit of a discount. And yeah, if you buy it using that code, I'll get a bit of a kickback too. So if you do fancy one, I'll try and find out the exact price and put it on the screen. But yeah, I think it's about a 30% discount. If you do fancy buying one, click on that and it'll take you to their site. Right, I'm going to end the video here. And I've said it already, but I will say that yes, if you want one of these, I'd recommend it. It's a good one. And so I'll say goodbye now and catch up with you on the next ride. Bye now.